What's good, y'all? Yeah, we're on our 7th week in a row of doing our Bob Ross Mario Paint recreation. It's whack that it's 7 weeks in a row. It doesn't feel like it's been 7 weeks. Like that's whack. Well, that's something. Also, I saw earlier, G, you were holding the Hylian shield. How did that make you feel? Alright. Anyways, week 7, Autumn Mountain. Let's get started, shall we? Huh, I'm just now realizing there's no pink on this. There's no pink color. But the good news is that there is a Game Boy that you can color with. Yeah. I guess the best I got is this, this color. Also, the window, tragic placement. I have the window open too much. I just get a bunch of glare on my TV, and it's like, bruh, I can't see anything. Dude, that's one cool thing about, actually, no, let's just do this. That's one cool thing about, I guess, like, if I'm streaming at night, is that there's no glare I have to worry about. So, like, that's kind of cool in that regard. Made you feel plus 10 defense? Oh, frick yeah, bud. Made you feel plus 10 defense, though. Like, imagine, has anyone here felt plus 10 defense this morning? Get like a line of gray. Oh shit, ad break. Starting in a minute. Speaking of ad breaks, I don't know when it's actually supposed to happen, but apparently affiliates are getting more animated emote slots, as well as partners, I assume. So I guess I'm gonna have to make more animated emotes at some point, which I was given a hype idea for one animated emote, and I'm like, damn, that's a good idea. I like that a lot. So that will be made whenever I make it. You know, I feel like if I actually sat down and actually wanted to make that, I could easily make that in like a few hours, probably. Because that one shouldn't be that hard. Shouldn't be that hard. Clueless, does he know? Does he know? Does anybody have any amazing plans today? Oh, maybe. I accidentally dragged the mouse off my desk for a second. That was something. Work. I love this. Love this. Yeah, how does this color look? We're gonna go down here and just see how this color looks. If the mouse would work. Interesting. Oh, ad break in progress. Oh shit. That's right, it's only me and the subs now, baby. And I need to close my window even more. There's a tiny bit of glare. I'm trying to ignore it. Okay. I think we're good. Golden, as some might say. Love this. So right now we're just trying to do some like sky color for the background. And you know, like, sometimes how Bob would put it, it's like you just gotta make a decision and just go with it. You just gotta make a choice. Like, sometimes I'm like, what colors should I use? Like, sometimes you just gotta say fuck it and just pick a color and just go. Not dwell on it too much. Right, G with +10 defense. Alright, this sky color is extended far beyond where I feel like I need to draw it. Man, you see though in the mountain, the peak of the mountain, he did a really cool thing where he drew a cloud in the background, and then he drew the mountain, and then he drew more clouds on top of it to give it a really cool layered effect. So we're gonna put one cloud. That's alright, one cloud. We're gonna put one right here. And then we're gonna put the mountain over top. You following along? Welcome back, Ebo. I'm freaking pumped. I've been drinking green tea all goddamn day. I haven't had a green tea in a little bit. I should have one at some point. Like, I go in like spurts where it's like I have like green teas like daily, or like sometimes I'll like 2 a day. But I haven't had one in a few weeks now. Maybe I'll fix that at some point. Because I do love green tea. I always enjoy having green tea. Do you actually feel like energetic AF because of it? Go to church every Sunday. You gonna bring the demons out of me? Damn right, we're pumping these demons out. I don't have any green tea, it's a movie quote. Okay. Did you expect me to know that quote? Or are we just saying it because you're Ebo? Ebo, Ebo, Ebo. Let's see, we want this mountain to overlay that cloud. That Joe, if you may. We want that to overlay it. This one should actually go past it. I should watch Hot Rod. Maybe someday, kiddo. What's the sauce in that movie? So Gojira this weekend? Possible. That can be our designated Halloween movie, question mark, since allegedly the first one's like actually pretty spooky, from what I've heard. I've never seen it though, the first one. It's about a stuntman. Okay. Sounds like a great movie so far, honestly, if you ask me. If you ask me. Still having nightmares of Shin Godzilla. Yeah, that movie. His design in that movie is so freaky. It's crazy what they actually did. But damn, if they made a sequel to Shin Godzilla, oh my god, that would have been insane. Like it's fucked up how much of a cliffhanger it ends on. It's just like, well, shit, what would happen next? All right, hey Prak, hey man, hey. How is it going in other part of Canada? Shin Godzilla is your favorite Godzilla? The only other ones I've seen, other than Shin, is the it's like the newer American one. So the 2014 one, the 2018, I think, King of the Monsters one, and then the 2020 Godzilla vs. Kong. Which, the thing that sucks about the 2018 King of the Monsters one, because I think that one is pretty cool. I like that has all the different monsters in it. But it sucks you only see them in night half the time. It sucks.
Amazing. Wow.
Like it's like so hard to see them a lot of the time. It's like really annoying. At least they did fix that in versus King Kong. So like that's cool. And then in Shin, you see him in broad daylight, which is nice. So Prak, thank you for the 9 months. Oh my god, sub baby. Damn, any coincidence you and Ebo both have the same sub badge, half of a black heart? You know, if you lose your half of a black heart, it does 40 damage to all enemies in the room. Is your lore of the day, kids. Unless you have missing page, I think. Then it'll do 80 damage. Right, Jess? Probably not here, actually. Oh my god, you're both almost out of fuel. Love this. I'm born. Bruh. Was I supposed to say bored? Twinning sub badges with my twin. Love this. Is it the same amount of months? Oh, Ebo has 1 extra month. Ebo has 10 months total. I'm older, it's fair. No, boys. Don't touch that stuff. Mario, how dare later. You deserve my verification, Rar. Right, G? What's everyone's plans for today? You know what's hype? I already put the trash out, or like I already changed out the garbage bag. So later, I'm not gonna get told, oh hey, make sure you switch out the garbage bag. Or if I do get told, I can be like, I already switched it out, actually. But my left click is not wanting to work right now. It was like it was giving me problems. Does that work? Oh my god, yes! Love this. That's a huge love this for you. I need to probably go get groceries at some point today. It would be a logical thing to do. That would be nice if my mouse would function correctly. So physically and mentally exhausted, you want to do nothing until your birthday? Fair. Fair, bro. Understandable, even. Get clean when you get home. I need to steam mop, because when we were like doing like work in the house on Friday, like tracking a bunch of shit through the house, like I never steam mopped because I didn't feel like it because I was so fucking tired that day. So I need to do that eventually. Never clean those weights, yeah. This is true, you never did. Tragically. I can imagine you clean those weights won't actually take too long. It's just the act of like actually starting to do it. It's like a lot of things. It's like damn, this like should not take long at all for me to do this. It's just literally like actually starting the task of doing it. You know, when I looked outside, yeah, I agree. It was pretty nice outside, actually, which is cool. Hey, check it. Peep the cloud. Peep the cloud. Boom, look at that. Overlapping the mountain. You see the depth that just created? Oh my god. One simple cloud does so much. Look at the bottom of the mountain here. I don't, like around here, like there's supposed to be like a lot of like fogginess going on. Might let's see, let's go to the green real quick just to block in like this like tree line below. Just have like a point of reference. I also still need room for like this little bit of like water at the bottom, but it should be okay. Let's see, so there's that, and then this one can come like this. And we're gonna have, yep, and then this will be like the water down here. There we go. It's like, once again, like, there should be like my canvas should be a little bit taller. Like, the canvas size for this Bob Ross painting is basically equal to my CRT screen. It's basically equal to it, but the Mario Paint canvas window is not the full height. It's a little bit skinnier, or a little bit shorter, rather. Which is okay, though. That's fine. Yeah, I wonder, like, have you ever, like, actually sanded off rust before? Or are you just trying it for the first time and hoping it goes well? So when you said that, I was like, damn, you're just trying to just sand off some rust. That sounds crazy. Like, I don't know how hard that is, especially if you're doing it by hand. I see. We're gonna have it for the first time today. Okay. Come on. My left click is giving me problems today. This just happens some days for some reason, like it just like gives me issues where it just doesn't want to function. Just doesn't want to do well, and I have to like really try and make it work. Like, it's not because I'm already like over a color, right? Like, yeah, I think it's just not registering sometimes. Where's the Mario Paint mouse input display at? That's the shit we need. That's what the people need, a Mario Paint mouse input display. Alright, so how are we feeling about this one so far? What's our review of how this one's looking currently? I don't even know if I want to use black up there. I don't think I even need to, honestly. See, one thing that's a little bit rough, like you know, the mountains, they're like relatively neutral in tone, but like the clouds that are supposed to like surround the mountain, they have like a pinkish hue to them, but like I don't have That's the thing. Like, as I've mentioned in previous Mario paintings before, like, you don't have access to things like, let me just make a bluish white. Let me just make a pinkish white or a greenish white or something like that. It's like you have to. I think technically you could somehow try and do like a pinkish white by like overlaying like some red and like keep going like over it with like the white to get something like that, but like I don't know. You do have like this extra set up here, which does have like colors mixed together. But I don't try and use those too much. I usually just try and stick with the default colors as much as I can. Can you see how this lake looks? Yeah. Like whenever I've watched a Bob Ross painting, I always really like how the water turns out. Like, there's a few seascape paintings he's done. I feel like he didn't do a whole ton of them, but there was like a handful of seascape paintings he drew, and those ones were always really cool. Which that'll be interesting whenever I get to the seascape ones. I'll be interested to see like how I am able to do that in Mario Paint. I imagine they'll be pretty tough actually, but I think it can be done. It can be done, rather. But, you know, sometimes like even if you don't have access to every single color that you should be able to have, like, you just gotta make do with what you have. And sometimes that just has to be good enough. That's okay. Yo, Justin. Morning. I like using the Mario brush. Because, like, just listen to that sound. It's not such a good sound. But it's so big, so I can't, like, really use it everywhere. But it's pretty good if you have a big mountain. I like it for blocking in mountains, actually. Paint music is a vibe. It is a vibe. Are you streaming today, Justin, or just vibing? I'm not sure. Because I did want to play Smite with Toby at some point as well. I don't know. I guess I didn't put in my title Mario Paint Monday followed by Breath of the Wild playthrough or something. I didn't put that in my title today, actually. Yeah. And the mountains look pretty alright. Yogirahim. You know, there actually is an art, or like, what's it called on Discord? Is it painting? Yeah, it's called painting. Is that on 7TV? No, it's not. There's paintbrush. I just like how, like, this one simple cloud that's up here, that's in front of the mountain, it just really, like, gives you a little bit more depth to it. Which I think is pretty dope. Not on Twitch desktop right now. Ah, damn. We got the mobile access token out here. Let's go. I never like actively watch streams on my phone. It's so rare. Like it's like probably like once a month or so I actually watch a stream on my phone. It's so rare. I guess because normally I'm like not in a scenario where like I need to worry about like watching on my phone. So used to it. That's fair. It's probably a better experience also if you're not using my phone, where like most apps just run like shit because it's so old. So old. When did my phone even come out? Pixel 3a came out in 2019. Like, that's not even that old. Like, but for a phone, if your phone's like older than like 3 years or something, 2 or 3 years, it's like, yep, ancient. I didn't buy my phone I didn't buy my phone new. I got it used, but it had like basically no problems with it. Like, it was basically new when I got it, so I don't know. Like, that's cool. Thai peanut noodles or buffalo chicken tenders? Thai peanut noodles. Cooking with like different kinds of nuts is actually really good, I feel like. Same year, twinning. God. I am glad I'm not someone who buys a new phone every year though. Fuck that shit. People who are brainwashed by Apple to buy the new phone every single year. God. I think the only time I've bought a phone when it was new was the Pixel 1. The only reason being because my phone, the Nexus 5, I think it was, it broke. Like, I remember it just like wouldn't charge. I actually still have it in my desk somewhere. But it just wouldn't charge anymore unless if you held the cable at a very specific angle. So we literally went out to Best Buy and I bought a new phone there. And that's the only time I've ever had like a phone that was like the current model. Every other phone I've had is like always like behind. Especially because like phones are so expensive. Like, it's fucked up that you can buy an iPhone for like over $1,000. It's like what the fuck? And then like imagine buying that every single year. Like, holy shit. What a waste. This is the first one I've had that I haven't broken in some way, so I won't upgrade till I do. Yeah. And when I had my, Nexus 5, I bought my Pixel 1 because my Nexus 5 broke randomly. And then I got the Pixel 3a because my Pixel 1 started boot looping randomly on me. Which was bullshit. I remember I tried for like 3 hours one night to try and fix it, and it just wouldn't fix it. It was impossible. I remember I didn't have a phone for like 2 weeks or something, which was kind of whack. And now I have my Pixel 3a, which part of the screen doesn't work because I dropped it in water like an asshole like a few months back, so that's cool. But other than that, it functions. It functions fine other than that. But like, goddamn, bro. I think the next phone I will probably get whenever I have to is the Pixel 5a, I believe, is the one I was looking at, because that one has a headphone jack still, and I want a headphone jack. But like, the Pixel 5 doesn't have a headphone jack, but the Pixel 5a, which is like the budget model, does have a headphone jack. So I'm just like, what the fuck? Yeah, like, when can we get over this garbage of like, we need to remove features from phones? Like, we're going forwards in technology, but also going backwards at the same time because CEOs are fucking dumbasses. They're like, oh fuck, Apple removed headphone jack. We need to remove headphone jack too. Hey, fuck out of here with that shit, dude. Actual garbage. And it's probably like these, like, you know, like these actual like brainwashed people that they're like sucking money out of, because it's like, ooh, we can sell them a phone that doesn't have a headphone jack and make them buy our Bluetooth earbuds, and then we can sell them an adapter that gives them the headphone jack back. Bastards. I don't know, it's so dumb. It's just so dumb that it's only because Apple did it and then every other company started doing it. Like, I think that's just so stupid. But like, that's the only reason why it's like this. A load of shit, right, Arma? Yeah, right? The fact that it's so dumb. It's just stupid. And some people will be like, oh, but there's not enough space in the phones. It's like, bullshit. Bullshit, there's not enough space in the phones. And like, do phones need to be as small as they possibly can? No. They do not need to be as small as humanly possible. Like I've said before, like I'm literally someone that cannot use the majority of Bluetooth headphones because they all make my ears hurt, so I just can't use them. But I don't know. I think it's just nice being able to just plug in my headphones and they work, not have to worry about like, are they charged? Oh, I have to make sure they're connected. Oops, the signal got interrupted. Oops, it fell on my ear and it fell on the sidewalk somewhere and I have to go find it. I do know there are some Bluetooth earbuds though, where like, you know, you have the earbuds and they can have like some kind of strap connect them together that can go like over the back of your neck. So if they fall out, they're not gonna just land on wherever the ground may be. So that's at least cool, but it's like, there's literally no reason why the headphone jack can't just be a standard, as it's been a standard forever. Yeah, flip smartphones, which like, is there much benefit to it other than like being a gimmick, really? Like, idea is cool, but is there like much practicality to it? I feel like I can't see myself like going out of my way to purposely buy a flip smartphone. That's just me. Oh shit, Mario Brush? Where are we at? We're at 43 minutes. So you're probably wondering, like, damn, like, when the fuck's Bart gonna fill in the space on the side here? Don't worry, we're getting there. And by getting there, I mean we are there. Actually, if Justin was still here, he had a flip smartphone. So he could have told us about it, but he must not be back. Otherwise, he would have been chiming in, I assume, in this conversation. I don't know, but I don't want one. But a flip smartphone. I'm pretty sure when they first dropped, people were having issues with them, like, breaking. Crazy. You can believe that people are having issues with them breaking. Like, wow, never would have saw that coming. Like, y'all remember those Samsung phones from a few years back that were literally exploding? Apparently, I don't know how the fuck that happened. You know, I wonder if the flip smartphones, like, are they like a product of... Because in my opinion, phone technology has, like, kind of like stagnated. You know, it's like, at a certain point, you know, like they made like the iPod Touch, which that was crazy. And they made like the iPhone, and they made like the iPhone 4, which was like a huge upgrade. But then it's like, you know, over time, like, phones just really end up being like, hey, look, the camera's better. Hey, look, it has a slightly bigger battery. Hey, the screen does, like, a higher refresh rate, which is cool. But it's like, you know, nothing groundbreaking anymore. It's like, I wonder if someone was like, what if we do something crazy and try and make a flip phone, but it's a smartphone? Yo, good morning, Owl. Just woke up. I forget, are you in Eastern? I forget, I think you are. I want to say yes, but I'm not sure. Any for the good luck? I think this one's actually turning out pretty good. I spent the last, like, 15 minutes complaining about phones. Not all complaining, just talking about phones, but a little bit of complaining. A little bit of complaining. Like, actually looking at this one though, I'm like, damn, this one's actually turning out pretty good. Like, the depth in this one is feeling pretty good, honestly. Exactly, you can only improve something so many times before it stops progressing. Like, actual, like, IRL power creep. It's like looking at, like, if you were to look at the Mario 1 any percent world record history, like, I assume over time it would have been like, oh, they improved the record by like 5 seconds back then, and then like 3 seconds, and then like another 3, like another 3, oh, it's 2.5. But then, like, you know, eventually got to a point where it's like the record be improved by like literally like 2 frames or something. And I think it's something like the current Mario 1 90% record is like equal with the TAS up until like partway through the run, and it's like, okay, robots? Are you guys robots? I don't know, 2D like platformer speedrunners are built different. They're on some other shit, that's for sure. When did the iPhone 8 come out? Because I have a Pixel 3a still, which came out in May 2019. iPhone 8. iPhone 8 came out 2017. Damn. Feels good though, having a phone for that long though. 6 years. It's kicking. But yeah, like I was literally saying, like I can't understand the people who buy like the new like phone like every single generation. Like that's so wasteful. Because like you can make a phone last for so long. Like if your phone, like if you accidentally dropped it or something, like in like, I mean most new phones nowadays are like waterproof. Like if you like accidentally broke your phone, like completely accidental, and it's like, well, I might as well just get a new phone. It's like, all right, whatever. But like if you're just buying a new phone every single year and your phone, excuse me, and your phone is perfectly functional, like that's just wasteful. Like you're the same kind of person that orders a $40 meal at a restaurant and leaves half of it there when you could have taken it home instead and had it tomorrow. It's like dividing a large number in half until it becomes extremely minuscule at that point. It's like, who cares? So the same as having video game consoles, but they at least get stronger in terms of hardware. Yeah. And like if you think of something like Nintendo, you know, because you know, I've never really had PlayStation or Xbox, but like PlayStation and Xbox as an outsider viewing at it, I can kind of just see that it's generally just like this one's stronger, but you know, it's like I guess like Nintendo, it's like NES to N64. It's like kind of like the same like general idea. Like the controller gets like a bit more advanced each time, and the graphics get better. And you go to GameCube, it's still that. But then the Wii is just a different experience from every other console. And then the Wii U is like also different. And then the Switch is also a little different, but it also gets more powerful. And like at least like with video game consoles, because it's like the Wii came out in like 2006 or late 05. I think it's 06 though. And like the Wii U came out in like 2011, 2012. So it's, and then the Switch came out 2017. So it's like it's not like they're releasing a new console every single year or something. Like that's good at least. It was definitely also good on Nintendo's part that they probably wanted to release the Switch sooner than later because the Wii U was just flopping so hard. Yep, and not having a headphone port. That's literally what I was saying earlier. Like I remember, like a year or two later, or a year or two ago. I mean, like there was like a thing about like one of the iPhones being talked about where it was like in the European model of it, it had a port or a slot for a SIM card, but in the American version they removed that and it was just like empty. There was nothing there. And it's like, you guys had headphone jacks before. As technology gets better, you can't say like there's not enough space for them, because some people on the internet will try and argue like, oh, there's not enough space. It's like bullshit. That's complete bullshit. That there's not enough space. Like did they ever see an iPod? Was it? No, iPod Shuffle. Those things are tiny. The iPod Shuffle is tiny, and that thing has a headphone port on it. When did the Shuffle come out? iPod Shuffle, 2010. God damn. Like, damn, they made something that tiny with a headphone jack in 2010. I don't know. There's literally zero excuse that there can't be a headphone jack other than the fact of greed. To try and fuck over customers. That's the only reason. Graphically, they can't make much big jumps to improve them. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I always, like, you know, like, going from NES to Super Nintendo, like, Super Nintendo looks crazy. Like, there are still games, like, I think Super Nintendo games still look good to today. Of course, you're gonna have some shitty looking ones, of course. That's just inevitable for, you know, the era. But Like, then you go to, like, N64, and it's, like, 3D, and it's like, whoa, holy shit. But, like, I still think going from N64 to GameCube is, like, one of the most crazy jumps for me, personally. I don't know, it's just crazy, like, how much better, like, the models look on GameCube. GameCube being a goated console. It'll still always be fucked up that the GameCube wasn't, like, super successful when it was being made. Like, that's still fucked up to me. I wonder if the Switch will take the most sold console spot. Is it still PlayStation 2? I'm not sure. Or did the Wii... I honestly don't remember those exactly. I don't remember those numbers. Yeah, it was definitely just people, or just companies trying to get people to buy, like, their Bluetooth earbuds. And then they're like, oops, here's the headphone jack you want, but you have to buy an adapter. Oh, and you can't charge your phone while you're using it either, asshole. You know what sucks though about GameCube is that, like, Sunshine being, like, the console's, like, 3D Mario, it was rushed. Like, it had dev time cut, and, like, Wind Waker being, like, you know, the first Zelda game on the system. Most of the Four Swords came out first, but Wind Waker being the first, like, main 3D Zelda on the console, Wind Waker was also rushed. There's no online support, and then I can say, well, actually, there was online support for, like, 8 games or something like that, but yeah. If you want to be that guy. Very few games use that though, but... like, that's an actually moment for sure. Oh, actually. PS2 sold 155 million, DS 154, and Switch 129. Did the DS sell more than the Wii? I thought the Wii was Nintendo's most selling. I think people also made fun of how it looked. Really? Like the GameCube console? Question mark. Like, people, like, made fun of how the GameCube looked. I never knew that. That's weird though. It's also like, who cares? Still has the best controller though. Mad subject. GameCube's definitely my favorite controller though. Like, you know, my favorite thing, well, like, I think one of the coolest things with the GameCube is, like, okay, so you know, like, here's, like, you know, the Pro controller, and like, you know, you see it, all, like, the face buttons, like, they're all just the same. They're all just in, like, up, down, left, and right. They're all just circles. But the GameCube controller, the buttons, they're all, like, in a unique spot, and they all have a distinct shape to them. So I think that is really hype, because, like, it makes it so much easier. Like, literally, while I'm playing Breath of the Wild, sometimes it's like, hit X, and I'm like, which button's X? But, like, each face button on a GameCube controller has a unique shape to it, which I think is just good design, in my opinion. And the notches, yes. I feel like the last Nintendo controller to have notches was, like, the Wii Nunchuck, I'm pretty sure. Notches are superior. I think I've heard some people say though, like that no notches is better for like shooters if you play that on controller. But notches are so good. Like I vividly remember, and I actually have this issue in Breath of the Wild sometimes because of no notches. But I vividly remember playing Wind Waker HD on the Wii U, of course, because crazy. That's the console it released on. And it was like, I'm having trouble walking in a straight line because there's no notches on this thing. And that still happens to me in Breath of the Wild sometimes because of no notches. It's tragic. It would be great if like the area around the control stick, if you could just like replace it with like a notch version or a circle version, or if you could just like replace like the front shell. Like, you know how like there was like one version of the 3DS where you could like replace like the top lid with like a unique like, you know, pattern or like a unique color or whatever. Like why don't they make that for controllers where you can have like a unique front shell of your controller and have like one with notches on it? Like, give me that shit. I know there's like third-party like Etsy ones you can get or whatever, but like, why is this not like an official thing? Mario controllers suck, TBH. Yeah, it's wild how like, you know, the Joy-Cons and the Pro controllers to a lesser extent have this whole drifting problem when that was never a problem with older controllers. And you know, granted, like N64 sticks, they have their own issues, but this is like a modern controller. Like this is like 20 years later that the Joy-Cons came out. But I've heard also like the PlayStation controllers also have drifting issues. I think they're just not as like common, question mark, or like not as bad, if I am correct on that one. It's just not as like widely talked about. Oh, Xbox too. Damn. But the 360 didn't have that problem, did it? I've never heard of that problem with the 360 controller. It's a shame that the modern control scheme is very basic and nobody wants to do something different because consumers don't want to learn something new when they're comfortable with Xbox and PlayStation style. Right? And you know, okay, so like on the GameCube controller, like Y is on the top and X is on the side, but on the Switch Pro, Y is on the side. It's also on the opposite, it's on the left. And then X is on the top, which I think for me is confusing. Because, one, I'm used to GameCube, but two, is that, like, X-axis and Y-axis, I think that makes sense. But it's also like the button layouts are different between, like Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo. Like, the button layouts are all different. Ugh. Every controller you've ever used eventually has a drift problem, but Nintendo happens really fast. You had that issue on 360, really? Like, I have a 360 controller just for like PC use, but I like hardly ever use it ever. I only use it in dire situations where I cannot get my GameCube controller to work on PC. That's the only time I'll ever use it. Like my 360 controller is like the last ditch effort. Like when I played Tunic, that game you like had to use a 360 controller or get like X-Pad or like something like that. I don't know. It's just crazy how I have this like 20-year-old GameCube controller that still works perfectly fine. Meanwhile, people buy a brand new Switch and their controllers are drifting within like a few weeks. Like, that's just whack to me. You know, this painting could have been done like probably like a half hour ago, I feel like. Okay, maybe not a half hour. These paintings could take me far less time if I didn't like stop so much and like start talking. But if you're Bob Ross doing like these shows in the studio, like he doesn't have like people like y'all to talk to. I guess he could talk to the camera people and whoever else is in the studio. But other than that, it's just him and he's just going. Which, like, if I'm tryharding, like, an art thing, and I really need to finish it, like, I cannot be talking to people. Like, I have to just be, like, alone. But for this, it doesn't really matter. Like, I can just take my time. And I do enjoy having conversations like this. I feel like I get very passionate about when I'm talking about like phone and like console stuff. You felt like the faceplates was the main marketing point of the new 3DS model? Really? I never had one, so like I didn't really follow it too much. I always thought like the big point of the new 3DS was the fact that you could it improved the performance of older games, which I think is really cool that it did that at all. Is that the new 3DS made like existing 3DS titles play better. Like I can really appreciate them doing that. And didn't the new 3DS have like a built-in like second stick? Because with the OG 3DS, there was like an extra control stick attachment you could get for certain games, but the new 3DS just had that stick built in, and games did like utilize that fully, or like some games did, not all. Butter Ross or Bob Lord, whichever you prefer. Which if people haven't seen this, this is relevant to the current topic. This was released last week for those who haven't seen it. Pretty hype idea that I came up with, I think. There's a C stick of sorts. Yeah, pretty cool. But it's tragic with the 3DS it's cool with the 3DS rather, how it had like, the detachable faceplate, and it had all these cool themes for the 3DS like homepage, but then the Switch has none of that, which is kind of tragic. I think it's still wild to me how on the Switch's home menu, how you go into the settings and it's like themes and it just says like classic light, classic dark, and it's like, damn, this is depressing. Not a fan of using the C stick, it's just hard to use for some reason. I should Edge. Alright, Ebo, it's just you and me now. Unless Arma shows up and it's like, actually, I'm using my cheats. Alright, no, Arma's actually subbed anyways, so Arma doesn't need to cheat anymore. That's right, we're gonna cheat. Feels bad. They add silencing the people. Feels really bad, man. I'm kind of getting to the point where I'm getting close to being done with this one. We're getting close there, kids. Oh shit, Adge is over now. Welcome back from the Adge, everyone. Right, Ebo? I wish I had more space at the bottom. Like, it's tragic. But I think I still made it look pretty good for what, considering like I didn't have as much space left over as I would have liked. I think we're still cooking, I would say. Making sure my phone is charged so it doesn't die on you when you're outside. That is understandable. You know, gotta keep up with that phone charge, I see. Are we done with this? Are we done with this? See, this line could be a bit more defined. Hmm. Damn, you know, I didn't change the music at all during this one. Usually I change the music like at some point partway through it, but I did not change this one at all. I don't know, I think I might be good to call this one done, honestly. Yeah, I'm not streaming today. Damn. Justin replying like a half hour later. But we out here. 44 minutes. Damn, isn't that long? God damn. Well, you're just in time, Justin. I think I'm calling this one complete, I would say. I think I'm done.